Hey there guys, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. In the last episode we made our way through the Hades Tower of Flame, or Hades Tower of Flame, and we defeated the old Dragon Rider boss, and then we activated the Tower of Flame bonfire. Alright, so at the end of the last video I told you guys I was going to do some more soul farming, because the knights in the area give you some pretty good souls. And as you can see, I've killed most of the knights in the area, so they don't respawn, and I got 52,000 souls, which is really good. So I'm going to go ahead and fast travel back to Majula and do a little bit of leveling up. Or actually, I might just wait to level up until later, because we're about to do another boss fight. Now that we have the Ring of Life Protection, it's really no big deal to run around with a lot of souls on us, because if we die, we can just use those souls to repair the ring. So it's always good to have at least 3,000 souls in your inventory. That way, if this ring breaks, you can repair it. By the way, we got this on the last episode. It's the Ring of Life Protection, and what it does is it nullifies death but breaks each time you die. So pretty much whenever you die, instead of going hollow and losing all your souls, you keep all your souls and you stay in human form, but the ring will break and you'll have to fast travel back to Majula and repair it at the blacksmith. It costs 3,000 souls to repair, and you can repair it as many times as you want. So this is probably one of the best rings in the game. And if you're wondering where to get it, you get it from Falcon the Outcast on the path leading from Majula to Huntsman Copse. If you want to know how to open up the path from Majula to Huntsman's Copse, which is a new area in the game, you can check back on the last episode. I covered that in detail. So for now, instead of leveling up, we're going to do something more important. On the last episode, we found our first Sublime Bone Dust. So a lot of people really don't know what this does, and they probably, unless they are using a guide or some sort, probably will completely overlook this. But what the Sublime Bone Dust does is, you know how there are Estus Flask shards that you can give to the Emerald Herald to increase the number of uses for your Estus Flask? Well, the Sublime Bone Dust increases the strength of the healing of the Estus Flask. So it allows your Estus Flask to heal more health with each Sublime Bone Dust you use. Now, you can't simply just use it from the menu. The way you have to use it in order for it to strengthen your Estus Flask is you have to return to Majula and then head to the bonfire and choose Burn. Here you have numerous items you can burn. The bonfire aesthetic, of course, will respawn all the enemies in the area and make them in New Game Plus difficulty level, making them have more health and deal more damage. The human effigy, if you burn this, it will it will weaken the links between other worlds, preventing invasions and most cooperation. Now the Sublime Bone Dust, when you burn it here, it will increase the HP restored with each use of your Estus Flask. So let's go ahead and burn this at the Majula bonfire. Also take note that you can only burn the Sublime Bone Dust in the Majula bonfire. So after you burn it, you'll get a note saying some force has strengthened the Estus Flask. Now, if you look at the bottom left while you have your Estus Flask equipped, it will say that you can use it however many times, but beside it, it now says +1. This means that your Estus Flask overall healing power has increased. The highest you can get your Estus Flask up to is +5. So now that we have 4 uses of our Estus Flask and it is at +1, let's see if we have another shard. I don't think we do. No, we don't. So now that we have 4 uses of our Estus Flask and it has been upgraded to +1 with the Sublime Bone Dust, let's go ahead and head back to the Hades Tower of Flame, and this time we are going to take a left where the path split. So if you remember in the last video, I told you that there was two different ways you could take. You could go to the left into the Cathedral of Blue, which is a new area, and fight the Dragonslayer boss, or you could go to the right and fight the Dragon Rider boss. So we took out the Dragon Rider first because he is easier in my opinion. By the way, if you want, you can spend your souls and level up if you're afraid to lose them. Take note that if you do not have the Ring of Life Protection and you die while fighting this boss, your souls will be inside the boss room, so you will have no way of retaining them if you die until you defeat the boss. So the good thing about the Ring of Life Protection is you do not lose your souls when you die, and you can simply repair the ring. So we're just going to hold on to these souls, and I'm going to go ahead and head over to where the path splits in this room here. So now if we turn right, by the way, I failed to mention this in the last video, but I farmed all the knights in this area, starting from where we first entered the area all the way to where we fought the Dragon Rider boss. And I actually found it a lot easier to take the knights out if you start from the tower where you defeated the Dragon Rider Bonfire. I think it's the Heed's Tower of Flame or whatever. If you start at this bonfire and work your way back to the beginning of the area, it's a lot easier because mostly you catch the old knights off guard. They usually have their backs to you, and if you have a powerful enough weapon, you can actually take them out before they even notice you. So if you're trying to soul farm for souls in this area, I would highly suggest to start off in the bonfire where you defeated the old Dragon Rider boss, or the Dragon Rider boss. I think it's the Towers Apart bonfire. So you're going to want to start off there and work your way back to the beginning, because you can usually catch most of the knights in the area off guard. Alright, so now that we've done that, by the way, I did kill some of the knights over here to get more souls. So, moving on. We are now going to take the right path and head to the old Dragonslayer boss. So take a right and you'll find two more heavy knights. We're going to have to take these guys out one at a time. Just go ahead and lure one of them back into the circular room. After taking the first one out, go ahead and work the second one. Remember, a good strategy for these guys is to stick really close to them and keep circling around to the left with your shield up. If you have a shield that reduces physical attacks by 100%, you should have no problem taking these guys out. Alright, so after clearing out the first two enemies, if you head to the left, you can walk down a broken set of stairs to find a corpse you can loot. Loot the corpse for a divine blessing, but be very careful not to roll off into the water or you will die. Alright, after you take care of that, head up the stairs ahead. And turn to the left to find another knight in the distance. Now be careful when fighting this knight here because there are no railings to keep you from falling off into the water. Alright, so after taking out the knight here, there will be a lever that will raise after taking out that knight. If you pull the lever nearby, you will lower the nearby drawbridge. Go ahead and head up the drawbridge, and before entering the nearby misty door, if you turn to the left, you will find a chest and a corpse you can loot. So go ahead and open the chest to get a ring of binding and human effigy times 5, and the corpse has a old radiant life gem. Alright, so the ring of binding is very important, because if you take a look at its description, it limits the HP reduction when hollow. So pretty much if you die a lot, you'll notice that your HP is being reduced each time you die by 10% while in hollow form. So if you have the ring of binding equipped, your HP will not drop to 50% maximum. Instead, it caps out at like 20%, meaning that once you die more than twice, your HP will not continue to decrease. But honestly, as long as you have the ring of life protection on, you don't even need to use the ring of binding, because if you die with the ring of life protection on, you can just repair the ring. You have no HP loss. You have no HP loss. You stay in human form, and you don't lose your souls. So the ring of life protection is so much better than the ring of binding. The only real reason to use the ring of binding is if your ring of life protection breaks for some reason, and you don't have enough souls to repair it, and then you die again. Then you should equip the ring of binding. That way you do not lose a bunch of health and make the game impossible for you, and especially if you're out of human effigies. But the ring of life protection is generally the best thing to go for. Having that equipped, you don't even need the ring of binding, as long as you have enough souls to repair it whenever it breaks, whenever you die. Alright, so whenever you're ready, go ahead and enter the misty door, which will lead to the boss fight, the Dragonslayer. So before we enter, I'm going to give you guys a quick strategy. For melee characters, this is going to be pretty much the same as the Dragon Rider boss fight. You're going to want to stick very close to him, hugging, circling around to his left side, and then attacking whenever you can get an attack in. The best time to attack for melee characters is usually after he finishes his combo. However, unlike the Dragon Rider, this boss is more mobile, and he likes to jump backwards, forwards. He likes to close the distance, and he uses a very powerful spear, which has range, so that's why you want to be very close. But the one thing you got to watch out for, unlike the Dragon Rider, the Dragonslayer, which is the boss we're about to fight, actually has a magic attack whenever you are really close to him. So whenever you see him start to charge his magic attack, you want to either dodge away or run away so that you don't get hit, because it will cause a good amount of damage. Other than that, it's a pretty standard fight for sorcerers or clerics. You can keep a good distance, but be very careful, because he likes to jump up in the air and then crash down on top of you with his spear. In order to prevent this from happening, as soon as you see him jump in the air, wait a brief second. Right before he crashes down, you need to dodge, and if you perfectly time it, you should be able to take no damage. Other than that, all I can really say, if you're a sorcerer or a cleric, is the battle is going to be pretty tough, especially because this guy likes to close the distance. The best thing I can say is, if you're having problems, try putting some points into strength so that you can wear a shield if you don't have a shield equipped already. That way you can have a staff in one hand and a shield in the other, and whenever you see him jump up in the air to try and crash down on your head, you can actually block the attack. And if you have the Draglink shield, the Draglink shield has 100% damage reduction, so as long as you have that shield up and you have the right strength requirement to wield it, you will take no damage. Just watch out for your stamina, because if you don't have stamina, then you will take damage because you can't hold your shield up. But other than that, for magic casters, whenever you see he has finished his attack combo, try to spam as much magic as possible, but don't get too cocky because he will counter attack really quickly. So you need to be very precise. You need to be very slow and effective. Landing one hit, 2 hits at a time may make the battle longer, but it will actually make it to where you beat him first try. The main thing to watch out for is his magic attack. And one last thing. Once you have the Dragonslayer's HP down to below 50%, he will start acting crazy. His attacks will, he'll start adding more attacks to his combo. From the standard 3-hit combo, I think he does a 4-hit combo. I'm not quite sure, but I know he adds like extra attacks into his combo. And he also starts acting more aggressively. So be very careful. Make sure that you have stocked up on your Estus Flask. Also make sure that you have life gems equipped in your inventory in case you run out of Estus Flask. And it would be very good to have a shield equipped with 100% damage reduction. That's really going to help you out. And the main thing is just watch out for his magic attack. Alright, so let's go ahead and use a life gem real quick. And whenever you're ready, enter the doorway. Alright, so quickly close the distance. You're going to want to try and get at least 2 to 3 hits off if you're a melee character, depending on what kind of sword you have. There's his magic attack. You need to be very careful. Try to back off. If you need room to heal, try to duck behind a pillar. No! You got me. Not good. Alright, so there is a summon sign that you can use if you're having too much trouble, or because he is a lot more powerful than the Dragon Rider in my opinion, basically because of his magic. So I quickly head and repair that ring. As you can see, I have all my souls and I'm still in human form even though I died. That's the workings of the Ring of Life Protection, my friends. Learn to use it because it is so awesome to have that ring equipped. So I'll quickly show you, I died, I have all my souls, I'm still in human form, but if you take a look in your inventory, the ring is broken. You can tell when a ring is broken because it has that slash going through it. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is head to the blacksmith in Majula and go to repair weapon or armor. Go over to your rings and it costs 3,000 souls to repair.
I'll be around.
Once you repair it, you're good to go. You can die again and still keep all your souls. It's awesome. Alright, so let's head back to the Towers Apart bonfire in the Heed's Tower of Flame. Yeah, you just mainly need to watch out for his magic attacks and his spear lunge because it'll completely break your defense. It's also pretty hard to dodge, and it doesn't really help that I'm fat rolling in this armor because I haven't been putting any points into vitality. I was actually going to do that, but yeah, I decided to save all my souls because I wanted to see approximately how many souls you get after completing this area. But the summon sign, by the way, as long as you didn't use it for the old Dragon Rider boss, which is the boss we beat before in the last video, that's why you didn't see me using it, because I like to keep it for this boss. So you can go ahead and summon this guy as long as you didn't use him before. Hopefully this guy can actually join in on that boss battle. I didn't have to use him in my last playthrough, so I really don't know. I don't see why not, though. He should follow you all the way up there. I don't see why he can't, as long as you didn't use him in the last battle. Alright, so let's hurry up to the, back to the boss fight. By the way, those knights have a high drop rate for the cracked blue eye orb. So if you're trying to farm them, the knights in this area are excellent to do so. Alright, so once you're ready, let's go ahead and take him on. It's going to be a heck of a lot easier with this guy having our back, because he can distract the Dragonslayer. There's that magic attack you really got to watch out for. Oh, it got me again with that magic attack. It's got such a big range. So make sure to stay on top of healing. Masterless Glenmore will take quite a bit of tanking damage. Just make sure to back him up. Oh, and Master Glenmore has been vanquished. And this guy is almost dead. There he is. Finally took him down. He was a lot harder than the Dragon Rider, in my opinion. For defeating the Dragonslayer, you get 18,000 souls with the Silver Covetous Ring, the old Dragonslayer Soul, and the old Leo Ring. Alright, so once you've defeated the Dragonslayer, head to the next room on the balcony and you'll find 2 chests. Go ahead and open up the one on the left for a cracked blue eye orb times 3, and then the chest on the right contains a Heed Knight Iron Mask and the Tower Shield. So the Tower Shield is a very good shield. And I really don't like the fact that we're fat rolling, but since we're already fat rolling, you might as well add some more stuff to armor. I'm probably going to take this heavy armor off if my vitality doesn't go up high enough when I start leveling up to stop me from fat rolling, because that is really annoying. Oh yeah, by the way, that tower shield is really awesome. It does require quite a bit of stats though. You need 30 strength. But if you take a look at its defense, it's awesome. It's got 100 physical damage reduction, and it's got 75 fire damage reduction, which is very good. If you can put enough points into strength, this shield is awesome. The only downfall is it weighs 13 pounds. So for now, we're better off with the Dragonslayer shield. Alright, so the nearby guy...
Transient being. You have obtained proof you are worthy of joining our order. You may call yourself one of us, and are free to plant your roots in this garden of the gods. Be proud. I, Targray, do proclaim from this day you are a Knight of the Blue. Rejoice and bask in your new honor.
Alright, so as long as you have a token of fidelity in your inventory, which can be obtained by helping another player online, he will allow you to join his covenant, which is the Blue Sentinels. So for now, we're going to go ahead and say no to this.
Ears deceive? Who would gods have mercy?
And I'll tell you why in just a second. Alright, so for now, let's go ahead and take this narrow pathway here. Head to the bottom of the staircase, and you'll find the third bonfire of the area. So go ahead and light that up, and we're going to quickly fast travel back to Majula. Now, as long as you have been in the Way of the Blue Covenant, which is the first covenant we joined back in Majula, it's located on the top of the hill where the statue is. As long as you've been in that covenant and you've been invaded at least once or twice, you should be able to rank up in that covenant. So that's why we didn't join the Blue Sentinels just yet. So if you go ahead and talk to this guy, as long as you've been invaded a couple times while in this covenant, you should rank up. Your devotion to your covenant has deepened and you have gained a rank.
I will always be here, watching over you.
And for this, you will get the Bloodbite Ring.
Hades in, but may you find. Look at how they. May you find.
Alright. So the Bloodbite Ring, let me quickly show you. It increases bleeding resistance, which is really useful, especially when facing enemies that like to put bleed on their weapons. So in case you don't know, bleeding is where you take damage even if you have a shield up. It really sucks to be bleeding in this game, but it's not as bad as poison. Alright, so now let's fast travel back to the by the way, once you have entered the room where the old Dragonslayer is, as soon as you go up that drawbridge, it opens up the next area, which is Cathedral of Blue. So let's go ahead and fast travel to the Blue Cathedral bonfire in the Cathedral of Blue. We're going to head back to that guy and join the covenant that he asked us to join, but we refused it earlier.
Do you
So this will also get you an achievement or a trophy, depending on if this is your first time joining the Covenant.
You are no proud.
You'll also get a Guardian Seal.
Wear this. Then listen. This.
The Guardian Seal Ring is an online play item. It automatically summons you to other worlds to help people out. So if you want and you're playing online, you can equip that ring to be automatically summoned to another player's world. Alright, so let's head back to Majula. Now that we have that ring, we can rejoin the Way of the Blue Covenant. Now it's probably wise to stick with the Way of the Blue Covenant because you can also get an achievement once you've reached max rank in a Covenant. So as long as you stick with the Way of the Blue for a good portion of the game, you'll just keep on ranking up. And you also get a very useful ring, which is the Ring of Steel Protection +1. It gives you like a 200 increase to all your physical damage defense. It increases your physical defense by like 200. So it's really useful. So let's go ahead and go enter the Way of the Blue Covenant again. Unless you want to stick with the Blue Sentinels if you're playing online a lot. That's always fun. Alright, so that's pretty much all we have enough time for today. The video is running out of time. So I'll see you guys next time where we level up and head to the next area of the game, which is No Man's Wharf. So be sure to check that out because I'm finally going to spend this 70,000 souls we've been amassing for some very good upgrades. I'll be able to use magic on the next video because I'm going to put some points into intelligence and faith. So we'll see. I'm not quite sure exactly what else I'm going to upgrade. I think I'm going to go with vitality, so I stop bat rolling because that's really annoying. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time on the next episode of Dark Souls 2.